kinematics and trajectory motion. The questions that we're going to answer: what is mechanics? What is the difference between kinematics and kinetics? What are the basic kinematic terms? And how does a vector quantity differ from a scalar quantity? Introduction. Kinematics is the study of motion without consideration of the forces that cause the motion. The disciplines of mechanics. Dynamics is the study of motion and the effects of forces acting on rigid bodies in motion. Dynamics is further divided into kinetics, or the study of forces that cause bodies to move, and kinematics, which is the study of motion without consideration of the forces that cause the motion. Kinematics is a Greek word meaning to move. Basic kinematic terms. Distance is the space between two objects or points. Speed is the distance traveled per unit time. Velocity is an object's speed and direction of motion. Acceleration is a change in an object's speed or direction divided by the time period during which the change occurred. Gravity is the force that pulls objects toward the center of the Earth, and gravitational acceleration is the constant value describing the acceleration of any object falling toward Earth. This constant is 9.8 meters per second squared. Magnitude during direction. A scalar quantity is one that can be described by magnitude only. It answers the question, how much? A vector quantity is one that must be described by both magnitude and direction. It answers how much and which way. Characteristics of a projectile's trajectory. A projectile is an object that exhibits both vertical and horizontal motion under the influence of gravity alone. Projectiles on the parabolic curve. The trajectory, or flight path, of a projectile which takes the shape of a parabolic curve. Projectile motion equations. To find initial horizontal velocity, use the equation Vix equals Vi cosine theta, where Vi is the initial velocity and the cosine of the angle that it was initially launched at. To find initial vertical velocity, use the equation Viy equals Vi sine theta. To find the Tmax, or the amount of time it takes for the projectile to reach maximum height, use the formula Tmax equals Vf minus Viy over g. G will set to negative 9.8 meters per second squared, and Vf is 0.00 meters per second. To find the maximum height reached, use the formula dy equals Viy Tmax plus half the gravitational acceleration times Tmax squared. To find the distance traveled, use the formula dx equals Vix(t). To find the initial velocity of a projectile, use the formula Vi equals the square root of the opposite of gravity x over sine 2 theta. To find the horizontal velocity of a projectile, use the formula dx equals Vi squared times sine 2 theta over the opposite of g. Two firing angles are options. Use both. If theta is less than 45 degrees, we're going to use sine, the opposite of the sine, times gravity times the direction, the x direction, over Vi squared over 2. If the angle is greater than 45, we're going to have to set that equal to 90 minus the opposite of the sine times the opposite of gravity times the distance in the x direction, over the initial velocity squared divided by 2. In your engineering notebook, answer the following questions. Why does a projectile take a parabolic flight path? In what everyday applications can kinematics be used? Explain the difference between kinematics and kinetics. Explain why a projectile takes a parabolic flight path. And how do dimples improve the flight path of a golf ball?